welcome to Katie.Pix. Today I have teamed up with Cath Kidston to bring you the do-it-yourself wedding cake. Now we're talking 3 tiers, naked Victoria sponge with a vanilla buttercream and a raspberry ripple. Hello people, this is gonna be brilliant. So as we are doing 3-tier, we do need quite a collection of cake tins, and I'm going to do a 10-inch base with an 8-inch middle and a 6-inch top tier. So as you can imagine, this recipe might run the risk of getting a little bit complicated with weights and timings. So everything that you need to know is linked in the box below. Go and check out my website for a full breakdown. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to get a really nice, light, fluffy batter mix for your cake.
We're going to be using equal parts butter, sugar and flour for this one, so it's super easy. Start by whisking your butter for a good 5 minutes until it is light, fluffy and turning a crisp white in colour before adding your caster sugar and whisking for a further 5 minutes. Crack your eggs into a separate bowl, lightly whisk them up and add to your mixture. If it starts to curdle, don't worry about it, the flour will sort that out. For this recipe, you'll see we're using twice the raising power with self-raising flour and baking powder. Measure out your flour before adding the baking powder and take it from me, don't taste it.
Oh!
Add your vanilla bean paste to the egg mixture. You can use vanilla extract too if you're counting the pennies, but today I'm feeling fancy. Carefully fold your sifted flour into the mixture with a spatula or metal spoon until all the ingredients are combined and you have yourself a beautiful smooth batter. Divide your mixture between 2 baking tins and pop them into the oven at 180 degrees for the time specified in the recipe, or until a skewer comes out nice and clean. Remember, I've put all the timings and measurements in the description box below, so just repeat this process for every layer as per the instructions. It could not be simpler.
And there you have it, like a Blue Peter moment. Here's some I made earlier, and look at them. They've come out really well. They've risen beautifully. And yes, they might look a little bit like pork pies, but now comes the tidying up part. So I've got here a cake leveler. These are really, really cheap from any good kind of home baking store. You can just use a serrated knife and a steady hand and you'll be absolutely fine. So you're gonna put it into the cake and you just give it a little wiggle, and then we should be able to just take that off. Ah, a cake! Now, don't worry, we're not being wasteful with this. Put this into a bowl, crumble it all up. Any leftover buttercream that you have, whack that in the bowl too. You can make cake pops. Really, really super simple. So we're gonna do that with both of our layers. Now, because this is a naked Victoria sponge, we are gonna make it look that little bit prettier and that little bit more rustic. And I'm going to pop our layers together. And then just taking a knife, just gonna basically expose that gorgeous, fluffy, white center of the sponge. I really like having these little kind of angles on it and getting a little touch of the color back. And the best thing about this recipe is not only you end up with a massive 3-tier cake at the end of it, but you've got so many things for snacking. I have got a 12-inch cake board. I'm gonna pop that on there. And let's start filling. So I've got here some vanilla buttercream. Really, really super easy recipe. For the recipe, hit this link just up here where you'll find my easy how-to. So I'm going to spoon on, I'd say a good 6 to 8 tablespoons of this stuff. Hello. We're just gonna smooth that around. You don't need to go right to the edges, and you wanna make sure it's really nice and level. And I am gonna follow the classic and fill the inside as well with a bit of jam. I'm gonna dollop about 4 tablespoons. There is a rustic feel to this cake, which is what I love about it, and which is why it is so perfect. If you don't consider yourself a particularly experienced baker, this recipe couldn't be better for you. The results look amazing and there's no stress, and I honestly think anyone can do it. Okay, beautiful. Now, last little tip when you are stacking cakes, doweling. Now, this does sound a little bit too professional and a bit like, all right, Kate, but it's really important to use doweling or anything that basically creates a little pillar in your cake. So as soon as you start stacking, what you don't get is a big flat squashed mess on your bottom tier. You measure up your doweling and you want to cut it so that it is level with your cake. Okay. 4 dowels, we are using a 10-inch, an 8-inch and a 6-inch. So we already know that our cake's gonna sit, you know, a good inch in on the next tier. But then we also wanna punch in probably another inch, couple of inches from that. And you basically wanna space these out nice and evenly into your cake. And as you can see, they are just appearing. And as per the last time, you're going to repeat this step with your next 2 layers until you have a finished 3-tier cake. Oh God, I'm excited. Let's do this. Don't you love it when a plan comes into, no, when a plan comes to action? Is that right? When the action, when a flu, look at it! It looks so good. And do you know what? I could just leave it as it is right now. It's that beautiful. And how simple was that? I'm sorry, but I didn't think a 3-tier could be that easy. But boom, there you have it. So I am gonna add a few little finishing touches. So I've got some beautiful here, white roses. You can pick whichever flowers you want. You can even pick edible flowers if you want to too. I'm just gonna clip these off the bottom. Have fun with it. Be as creative as you want to be. And I've also got some fresh fruit just to add some more colour. If you do have a little bit of buttercream, obviously you're gonna take these off before you eat them, but you can continue to use that buttercream as a bit of a glue for your decorations. And I did give these a bit of a rinse before I put them on the cake as well. So as you can see, you can jazz it up to your own personal taste. Whilst I continue decorating, if you like this video and you fancy, I don't know, watching some more, then feel free to subscribe. It's free and I'm here every single Tuesday. Share it with your friends, perhaps someone's got a party coming up, and make sure you check out Cath Kidston's blog as well in the description box below. Loads more fantastically simple DIY ideas, loads of things in there. Ta-da! I'm so chuffed. I think it looks great and it's just proof how super duper easy it is take something and make it look so brilliant. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Cath Kidston for agreeing to team up with me on this one. I'm just absolutely smitten. I'm gonna go and take it and show it off. If you do like anything that you see in this video, by the way, I'm gonna link everything in the description box below as well. Who doesn't love flowers? For goodness sake. Until next time, bye.